Humanity. Although we've done some very despicable things, we've also done some very beautiful things like art, music, science, Clash of Clans, but never have I been more persuaded that humanity might actually have been a mistake than I am now, after learning about the tragic life of the great Jumbo the elephant, the glorious elephant that inspired Disney's movie Dumbo, and the widespread use of the word jumbo itself. But sadly, in order to talk about this magnificent creature, we will need to dip our toes into the two-faced, twisted world of the 19th century circus, shrouded in lies and mysteries, and one such mystery sadly happened to be Jumbo's very own death. The great Jumbo was born on Christmas Day, 1860, in what was to be French Sudan, God's gift if you will. But, as you'll soon see, there was a common theme throughout Jumbo's life: humans. And those humans were usually doing very naughty things. For instance, one such example of humans doing despicable things to Jumbo's when at the age of 4, Jumbo's mother was killed by elephant hunters. Jumbo was kinda left in a weird situation. What do we do with him now? I don't know, nothing? Well, we can't just leave him here. We did just kill his mom. Oh yeah, true. How about a 19th century zoo? On second thought, maybe he's better off here. For better or for worse, that didn't happen. Jumbo was elephant napped and passed around Europe until he reached the famous Garden of Plants in Paris, alongside elephants Castor and Pollux. Never ask a French person what happened to Castor and Pollux. Anyways, Jumbo spent a very short time in Paris, luckily, and was transferred to zoo in London, where he would make a name for himself and be loved by the millions. 99 Charmer. Now, when talking about Jumbo the motherfucking elephant, we have to talk about his greatest homie, Matthew Scott, or Scotty 99, his caretaker. These two were inseparable like an Aztec and human sacrifice. Look, I'm talking regular late night drinking sessions, long thoughtful walks, and just amazing 99 cuddles. If someone wanted Jumbo to do something, all they needed was to call up Scotty, and next thing you know, Jumbo would be deliberately walking into a customized cage. Anyways, this made Matthew very important, kinda like you got an important friend who needs you to do things kind of way, but a lot cooler, because this was absolute superstar Jumbo the elephant that would eventually be seen by around 10 million people and give rides to a young Teddy Roosevelt, Winston Churchill, and even allegedly the Queen of England herself. Look, what I'm trying to tell you is that the importance of Jumbo to the whole of Britain was monumental, a jewel to her magnificence. But the superintendent of the zoo, Abraham Bartlett, had other plans. Anyways, it probably also hurt that the French had Jumbo first, but we'll brush that off. Something like that will never happen. Jumbo's here to stay, right, Abraham? And that's 2,000 more for the Abraham. What? As you can imagine, this sparked a national outcry. People were absolutely outraged by this act of treachery. To sell him across the Atlantic, and P.T. Barnum, an American, really? So this raises the obvious question, why would he sell Jumbo if he was so important to Britain? Well, unlike humans, elephants tend to get sexual by the age of 20. 87 horny, which in turn makes them horny bastards, completely uncontrollable. Now, pair that up with a gigantic elephant enclosed in a cage and you got a total recipe for disaster. Pretty much, the only way they could tame him at night was to use pointed hooks, spears, and booze. A lot of booze. I wasn't joking when I said that Scotty and Jumbo were late night drinking buddies. But it's also important to note that the average aroused male elephant pee-pee can reach the staggering 4 feet in length. Nice. Now. Hear me out. I'm saying this because imagine the absolute scandal if children alongside their mommies saw this. Hey kids, you want to see something cool? Oh my, Jumbo. Wow, you know what, Abraham? You're an absolute genius. Anyways, 100,000 letters were sent straight to the Queen to make this nightmare of a deal go away. But sadly, the public's cries fell on deaf ears. Scotty and Jumbo, who was now a 21-year-old big strong elephant standing tall at 10'7", still growing and obviously not in the best health, were to be shipped off to America, where they would join Barnum and his band of funny guys, the circus. Here's a few of the more notable funny guys in Barnum's circus. The Greek Albanian, General Tom Thumb, basically the way cooler equivalent of modern day Habsbullah. The man who smoked through his eyeballs, which, as the name implies, the man could fucking smoke through his eyeballs. Oh, and oops, I almost forgot my personal favorite, Barnum himself. For context, this was the man who sewed a fish on a monkey and called it a mermaid. What a fucking idiot. Get a load of this guy, eh guys? The madman's right. That's a mermaid. Jumbo's arrival to North America was monumental, and Barnum, being the clever businessman and showman he was, basically kind of killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Actually, no, 3 birds with a singular pine cone. Because apparently back in the day, the humble people of New York were quite intimidated by bridges, so Barnum thought of a Sigma male plan. to walk 21 elephants and 17 camels over the newly built Brooklyn Bridge, as thousands of people gathered the streets to see the moving circus and, of course, Jumbo leading the pack. I think it's safe to say the citizens of New York conquered their fears that glorious day. Anyways, everybody was happy. Barnum made his money back in about 3 weeks, so he was happy. Scotty acquired a massive bag, so he was happy. And Jumbo was happy, I hope. Well, for sure the hard concrete on his feet hurt, the pointy spears at night, the excessive late night drinking of Scotty. I would say at this point he was about around a very generous 48 health. But it was quite obvious that that stat was rapidly declining. Now, Jumbo ended up spending a good 3 years in the circus, but it was all too clear to everyone, especially Barnum, that his good days were behind him and his time was soon to come. So Jumbo's death is a real mystery. There's 3 different, let's say, ideas of what happened that horrible night. The generally accepted one, Barnum's, and what I like to call the Great Conspiracy. So the generally accepted one goes something like this. On the night of September 15th, 1885, after a show in St. Thomas, Ontario, Canada, Scotty was escorting Jumbo and a dwarf elephant named Tom Thumb across a train track to their cages. The circus was apparently told there were no trains scheduled that evening. Well, sure enough, a train came storming in, first hitting Tom, smashing him into a ditch, and then going for Jumbo's back legs, forcing his head into the tracks where one of his tusks pierced his brain. The sheer force of Jumbo ended up derailing the train, but the damage was already done. Jumbo laid on the ground and enjoyed his last emotional moments of Scotty. So that's the generally accepted version. Now it's Barnum's turn. Jumbo saw the iron horse coming down the tracks and he saved his friend Tom Thumb by picking him up in his trunk and throwing him into a ditch, then charging the train head on, knocking it off the tracks. Thanks, Barnum. Now conspiracy time. This one's my own, so bear with me. Barnum. He was the greatest showman for a reason, right? And a slow dying elephant would not only open the door to animal cruelty, a door that was already open, but how else are you supposed to kill a massively loved and dying circus elephant? You hit him with an unscheduled train in Canada. It's all just too perfect. Anyways, all I know is that this was a 99 tragedy. The great Jumbo deserved a lot better, man. 96 overall legend card. You deserve it, buddy. Just like how Jumbo never recovered from his mother's death, Scotty never seemed to fully recover from Jumbo's. Ah, Jumbo the elephant. Although you're quite Jumbo in your physical stature, you'll always remain bigger in our hearts. Jumbo the motherfucking elephant. The stat man certified. Well, maybe humanity was a mistake, but with mistakes come solutions. And I believe that solution will come in the near future. Huh? What? Well, what the fuck does that mean, the stat man? It means...